It's not working.
You were just on there.
Hello?
You have the camera turned off. Look at the X, the line through the camera.
I didn't do that. Sorry, guys. Oh, there we are. Hi, it's Christina Collett, Senior Sales Director with Mary Kay, proud leader of the Star Catchers unit, and I'm excited to be with you guys tonight. It's Monday Night Mojo to help you get your mojo back, learn something new that'll help you in your business. And tonight we're going to talk about your personality style and also your motivational style. So what really gets you going and what can motivate you and help you in your business. And it's fun to know that about yourself. It's fun to know what your spouse might be. Oh, so I have a little helper tonight that is going to help us out. And it's fun to know what your kids are too, because, oh my gosh, that can really save you tons of struggle when you know what their personality is and how you can help them, help them meet their needs. At the moment, we all have these basic needs and their motivational style. Okay, so since Jeff keeps putting himself in the frame already, I'm going to go ahead and bring him in. We're going to do a little interview, and this is just going to be a fun demonstration of our personality styles. So before we start, I am going to read to you the different personality styles, the DISC, and you can maybe guess which one I might be, and then during the interview, maybe you can guess which one Jeff is. So this is one of my favorite ways. If you do a T and create 4 quadrants, that is one of the best ways to think about this, the DISC personalities. It spells DISC, D-I-S-C, so you'd have the D and the I in the top 2 quadrants and the S and the C underneath. So that will give you a great way to kind of conceptualize, because they are kind of linked across the way. So D's are dominant style personalities. They're motivated by achieving success, by taking decisive actions towards their goals. Yay. Their strengths are that they are comfortable in leadership roles. They are problem solvers. They can make tough decisions. They're not afraid to confront issues. It's really hard to read with these. They are focused on the mission. They like to get the task completed. They are task focused. And so when you have the D and C over here on this side, they are task oriented. They want to get the job done, okay? Your I and your S over here, they are people oriented. They're more concerned about who's coming along, who's going to be with them while they get whatever done that they're doing. The getting the job done is kind of the secondary to the fun and the people and the excitement. And then your S's are very concerned about the people as well. They want to make sure all the people are taken care of and safe and well fed and all those kinds of things. Your I personalities, they want to make sure the people are having a good time. So that is task-oriented versus the people-oriented. And so some examples of D-style personality people, famous people, would be Vince Lombardi. He's the big football coach, right? Of what team?
The Packers.
The Packers. Vince Lombardi of the Packers. Long time ago. Okay, Norman Schwarzkopf. That's like a history person, right?
General.
A general. Okay, so close. Jane Fonda, I know her, actress. She was a D. And you can kind of see that in her roles. You know, some of her roles, she plays kind of a very direct type person. Margaret Thatcher, and she was in politics, right?
Prime Minister.
Prime Minister of England?
Yes.
Awesome. Okay. George Patton, here, let's put him on the camera for a minute since he's helping us out so much. And George Patton, he was another general, right?
Yes.
General George S. Patton. Learned something in school. I really did. Okay, I's are your influential people. personality styles. They like to achieve success by persuading others to work with them towards a goal. Their strengths are, oh, I forgot to read the D's limitations. Okay, so the strengths of the D's were comfortable in leadership role, problem solver, can make tough decisions, not afraid to confront issues, sees a challenge or sees change as a challenge, stays focused on the mission. So task oriented, like we said before. There are limitations. Others may feel, the D doesn't always agree with this, but the D, their limitations may be that they come off as intimidating, insensitive, brusque, impatient, intolerant, or unapproachable, okay? Because they just want to get the job done. They're not concerned about everyone's feelings, and so they can come off as a little bit more abrupt than some of the other personality styles. Okay, so influential is the I. We're kind of going around the circle here. And they like to achieve success by working with others. They're great team players. Their strengths are they're always available for others. They're inspiring to be around. They spreads positive attitude and praises others. So eyes are like your cheerleaders. Yay! They want to applaud you and give you prizes and rewards and always make sure that you're smiling and happy and having a great time. And their limitations, as others may see them, are their tasks kind of fall through the cracks sometimes because it's not really their focus. Projects don't always get finished, and sometimes they may seem like they lack organization. Examples of some I-style personalities are Willard Scott. He's the Smuckers guy on the news. He always does the Today Show for the 100-year-old people on the Smuckers jar. That's so fun. And Muhammad Ali, he was a boxer, right? I know that. Yes. Tracy Ullman, she was a comedian. Magic Johnson, of course, awesome basketball player. Bill Clinton is an I personality, and Katie Couric was an I-style personality. So then we're going to come around to the S's. These are steady style personalities. And steady women, especially, about 70 to 80% of women are a steady type personality. So if you're not sure, err on the side of thinking a woman might be an S-type personality. So steadiness means she works with others as part of a team to achieve success. Again, very team-oriented, people-oriented. Her strengths are she's a great team player, empathetic to others' needs, methodical, she's a good listener, easy to get along with, appreciative of others, and praises other people. Her limitations, as others may see, she can come off as indecisive. She doesn't like to make a decision quickly. It takes her some layering. It takes her some time. Your S-type personalities are not going to join your team the first night they get a facial, typically. They want to feel you out. They want to see if it's safe to get into something like this. So they take some multiple experiences and multiple layers with your product, with you as the consultant, and information about our company. So think layers for the S's. They're resistant to change and sometimes worn down by others' problems. They take on too much. They try to fix things for other people. They try to do things for other people and take on a lot of responsibility, and it can tend to really wear them down. So examples of some S-style personalities are Mother Teresa, Mr. Rogers, Pope John Paul, John Denver, and Charlie Gibson. Is he in the band? Charlie Gibson? Who's Charlie Gibson?
I don't know if you're thinking about Charlie Daniels.
No, the Gibson Brothers band. The Doobie Brothers, or what are they called? Anyway.
The Bee Gees.
The Bee Gees. Maybe that's him. I'm not sure. Okay, and then that brings us to our C-style personalities, and they are conscientious. The C stands for conscientious, and that means that they work within rules and procedures to ensure success. Their strengths are thorough, they follow standards accurately, they're conscientious, diplomatic, accurate, fair, because following the rules does that. Limitations others may see. They're overly concerned with perfection, sometimes aloof. They delay decisions. They want more data and more information. They're sometimes a little fussy about minor issues. And examples of these individuals would be Colin Powell, Mr. Spock, Joe Friday. No idea who Joe Friday is. Mr. Spock was like the old guy, like he wrote the baby books, like how to raise your baby back in the day. Like when I was a baby, my mom was reading Dr. Spock, right? Mr. Spock?
Like Learn Me More, Dr. Spock.
Well, it says Mr.
On Star
Spock.
Trek.
Is there a difference between
I have
Mr.
no
Spock
idea.
and Dr. Spock? Anyway, who's Joe Friday?
Don't know.
I don't know who that is. I know who Bill Gates is. He's a C. Jackie Kennedy Onassis was a C-style personality. Now, there's only about 9% of the population that are C-type personalities. So that's interesting. So you've got 70 to 80% of women, at least, are S's. Only 9% of the population are C's, very conscientious, very rule-abiding citizens. And your D's and I's make up the rest of the population. So this is just kind of fun. I'm going to do kind of a mock interview with Jeff, just so you can kind of hear a little bit, and you try to guess maybe what style personality you think that I am and what you think that he is. And these would be just general interview questions that I would ask somebody that I was interviewing for Mary Kay, perhaps. So how are you today, Jeff?
Well,
Yay, can you see us both on there? Okay. Well, I really appreciate you joining me on this little interview. What did you say to me earlier today when I first asked you if you would join me and do a little mock interview? Do you remember what you asked me?
I asked you if I could have the questions in advance.
You asked me if you could have the questions in advance, and I said I couldn't give you the answers or the questions in advance because I just wanted you to answer naturally, right?
Right.
So here's your first question. It's really easy. Tell me a little bit about yourself, or tell our viewers a little bit about you. Like anything.
Anything. I'm 41, have a wonderful wife, and 2 wonderful daughters.
Aww. Is that it?
Sure. Short and sweet.
Do you have any hobbies?
Not anymore.
What did you like to do when you used to have time for hobbies?
My previous hobby was racing, but with the family, there's not a lot of time for racing anymore.
What did you like about racing?
It really wasn't safe, so that doesn't put me in the C category.
Oh, that was maybe your one outlet.
No, it's just a passion of mine that I had my entire life. I grew up watching racing. My stepdad raced, so it was a natural fit. I like the competition and the reward for building a car from scratch.
Nice. Okay, so like making something with your own hands because you can build the car and you get to...
Right, the car is like a kit, and then I put it all together.
Okay. And because there's steps you have to follow to get it together, right?
Of course. So you can be safe and comply within the competition rules.
And do you would you normally race with lots of people or put the car together with lots of people, or was it more of a one-on-one kind of a activity?
Totally leading me.
Was that one of your concerns earlier that you asked me about?
No, so it's a lot of safety involved. Mm-hmm. And so since it's my life and my safety and my family, I always worked on the car by myself so I can ensure that it was done properly to my standards.
Yes, exactly. Good job. You're doing great. What's your favorite Mary Kay product that you've ever used? Which is totally something that I would ask somebody in the interview.
That's a tough one. What do you mean to say? Satin hands? or
the shaving cream? Say whatever your favorite is.
I'd have to say
Giveaway
the
of a
shaving
C
cream.
is they answer a question with a question, just letting you know.
Okay.
Shaving cream,
The shaving cream. Why do you like the shaving cream so much?
because it works well with my skin. It's the only shaving cream I've ever used that doesn't give me razor rash.
Awesome. Yay. I tell everybody that.
Me too.
Yeah.
Tell your ladies and your men that they need the Mary Kay shaving cream.
Absolutely. All right. So, what do you tell me about it? The last time you felt really accomplished or achieved something really exciting in your career?
All the time.
All the time, every day?
Well, maybe not every day, but almost every day.
And what do you think about your job, like, accomplished?
The team that I have, knowing that everybody on the team that I've hired and trained and promoted, and what we've built together at the location that we're at.
Excellent. Good job. So you are C, but you're a lot of S too, which is
No, I
fun.
was thinking DC.
You think? Okay, we'll have to give him a test. We'll see.
He's very
we've taken
family
a test
oriented.
before.
Well, we have, but you're very
We took a
family
test when we got
focused.
married too.
All right. Anything else you would like to share with the viewers?
I'm good.
You're good.
Yes.
Thank you so much for
Oh,
helping
thank
us.
you.
Oh,
You totally led me.
All right. Can I just share really quickly one of the greatest fears? This is the thing. We all have fears, right? So the D's, their greatest root fear is being taken advantage of or being duped, right? They want to not feel like they're being taken advantage of. So you're right. That might be because he's been feeling baited, like I was leading him the whole time. So he didn't want to be duped by me asking him questions. So that could be some D. Okay, I's, their greatest fear is what will other people think? Okay, so that's one thing. They're not going to do anything that generally makes them look really bad. Okay, the biggest root fear of an S personality style, the steady type personality, is changing and loss of security. They're very motivated by safety and security, and they avoid change, typically speaking, or are very slow to change. And then the biggest root fear of the C type personality, the conscientious, is to be criticized for their work because they take a lot of time to know all the facts and get all the details and do it right the first time. When you even sound like you're criticizing them or asking them questions about something that they did, women to your husbands sometimes.
All the time.
Oh, all the time. They may feel like you're criticizing them. So that can make them feel angry. So watch out for that, that you're not just your questions don't come across as criticism. Okay, so that's fun. So that's just good to know. I'm like way over already, and I didn't even talk about motivational styles. But motivational styles, and I don't have all the questions. I'm going to try to find them for you, and I'll post them in the link. We did a whole training with Sean Key, talked about our motivational styles, and there are 5 of them. And they kind of link up to Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Okay, so on the very bottom, we start at the bottom every single day, and I love that. Okay, you're finished unless you want to stay.
Oh, see you.
All right, thanks. Bye.
I've been dismissed.
I wanted to dismiss him. He's trying to get the girls to bed for me because he's awesome. Okay. Maslow's hierarchy of needs, really fast. Okay, so in the bottom rung, we've got our psychological needs. We need food, water, warmth, rest. Okay, when you don't sleep well at night, boom, like your whole day is going to go a certain way, very much differently than if you got a great night's sleep. Okay, so bottom rung, we start off there every single day. We start off on the bottom. Now, if those bottom rung needs are met and we are, or at least mostly rested, we have food, water, warmth, we get coffee in the morning, essential, we get a decent breakfast, then we can move on. Then the next level up is our safety needs, okay? Safety and security, very important. If those needs aren't met, we can't move up to the next level. So that's going to be the next area. Are we financially secure, or they turning off the power and we might get evicted? Those are basic needs that if people aren't secure in those kinds of things, then, doing extra things like building a business is going to be really, really difficult for them. Belongingness and love needs. So if we've got our physical needs met, safety and security needs, then we want to feel like we have friends and that people like us and that we're in healthy relationships, that we're liked by other people. We are a tribal, social creature. We are human beings and we thrive in connection with other human beings. Okay, so that's a very important need. And then up from there, once that need is met, we can move up to esteem needs or feelings of accomplishment, power and achievement. Is that wrong? I'll go back over those. And then at the very top is self-actualization, where we get to achieve one's full potential, including creative activities. We get to have fun. We get to make choices. We get to live a fulfilling life. And it was shocking to me in all the psychological studies that I have been in over the years, that last year at our fall retreat, National Sales Director Linda Tupin said only 3% of the world's population ever hits self-actualization. Can you imagine? And we do that so great in Mary Kay. We help women have amazing days. Like the day that you go in to pick up your free car that you earn from the company, that's a self-actualizing day. It's incredible. A lot of you, we've had them as moms or dads when we've had our first child. That's a pretty amazing self-actualizing day. Maybe you had the wedding of your dreams, and that was a major self-actualizing day. But just think, like, those are privileges that a lot of the world, they don't get. How many people earn a free car or win a free car? Not very many. And if you think, in America, we use up, 90% of the world's resources, and the rest of the world doesn't live like we do. They don't have 4 cars. They don't use all the electricity. A lot of them don't even have running water, all that stuff. So a lot of the people of the world don't have these basic needs met. So of course they're not going to experience a self-actualizing day where they feel free, where they feel joyful, where they feel like they have really maybe arrived for the moment. So that is huge. So there are 5 motivational styles based on these needs. So if maybe some of these have not been met in the past, or the person grew up with a tumultuous childhood, or there was some loss or grief, sometimes you will see that we all have these needs, but some people are just motivated by certain ones more than others. Even if you have met them because of past situations. And this is all based on William Glasser, Glasser, created a type of therapy and talked about these 5 needs or 5 motivations of people. And it's kind of hinged on Maslow's hierarchy of needs. So the first one is safety and security. A lot of people are motivated by safety and security. They would rather know that they have $100,000 in their savings account than to ever take a trip around the world. That does not motivate them at all. They want to know they are safe and secure and they have money in the bank, okay? Then we have love and belonging is a motivational style, and that is people are motivated by feeling part of a group, by feeling connected, okay? There is also fun and pleasure, and that's the very top. There is power and achievement, Power and achievement people, those are those esteem needs. If you know about some of the women in the Mary Kay world, Glory Mayfield Banks is very power and achievement. She likes to break records. She likes to win. She's #1 this year, and she couldn't be happier. Like, she is motivated. Anytime there's a company contest, and like when Sean Key came and spoke to us a couple weeks ago, he said, we were doing the bracelet promotion, right? Woo! You can win all these awesome bracelets. So he said, I was just curious, we're having this bracelet promotion. So I looked up in the history of the company what unit had the highest number of $600 orders in a single month. And I called Gloria with that information. She was like, oh my, he called her to congratulate her, say, oh my gosh, congratulations. Do you realize I think she had 78 $600 orders in her unit. This was a couple months ago. And he said, are you curious to know what the highest number of $600 orders ever in a month for a unit was? She's like, tell me. And like, she was so excited. And he said, I think it was 127. And she's like, all right, I gotta go. I'm on it. And she like hung up the phone on him, and she was like going out to talk to her unit to break the record because she wants to be #1. Okay, so that's power and achievement. Some people are competitive. They like to win. They like to break records. They like to achieve something that no one else has ever achieved. And that is very motivating to a lot of people. Okay, and so I said fun and pleasure. And that's kind of the ultimate. When all of your needs are met, you can be motivated by fun and pleasure, right? Some people might think, well, that's the most superficial one. But really, you're not going to be motivated by fun and pleasure unless you have all of your other needs met, okay? So that's at the top. And then right under that would be freedom and choice, okay? People love to feel that they're in control, that they can make decisions, that they have freedom to have autonomy and control in their life, that they're not owned by someone else. I will tell you that is very motivational to me. Sean Key, our VP of Salesforce education, he says that he is also freedom of choice. He just loves that he can make decisions for himself. I love being an entrepreneur because I get to make decisions for myself and for my family. And I'm not limited by other requirements of a job or a boss or another corporation. But some people, let's say you were safety and security motivated, that's going to be very important to you to have that. Sometimes people would say that's a false sense of security because somebody can fire you. But to have a job and have that steady, safe paycheck coming in every month, that would be more of a safety and security person. Freedom of choice would rather risk not having that steady money every month to be able to make their own choices and create their own destiny. Okay, so you can see some of those differences, but we all have these needs, and it depends on the day or the week or the circumstances that we're in, which one stands out. But typically, if you've led a fairly stable life, and your life day to day is fairly stable, you're going to have one of these that's going to stand out more than another. You're either going to be safety and security, love and belonging, power and achievement, freedom of choice, or fun and pleasure. Okay? I think Jimmy Buffett is a fun and pleasure guy. Fun seeker, chill, wants to just be relaxing on the beach, loves to play his music. I mean, there's nothing really, he's set records and he's broken records with his music and concerts and how many decades he's been in the business, I'm sure. But he just wanted to have like the fun life. Like his whole story of success is around escapism and that fun and pleasure seeking that we all want when we want to go on vacation, we want to get out of the stress, all that good stuff. So I hope that helps you to just think about what you are. It's great to understand the dynamics in your family between your husband and your children and those different personality styles, and so you can gently tread and not offend people. And the best is to be able to read someone else. Like when I started with Jeff, that is typical of a C-type personality. They answer a question with a question, okay? S's, usually if you ask them, how are you, or tell me a little bit about yourself, they will immediately talk about their family. They will talk about themselves last, okay? An I personality will talk about all the activities she's into, who she hangs out with, who are her friends, where she travels, all the fun stuff in her life and who she gets to do it with. And these will typically lead with their accolades, what their job position is, what their educational background is. Those kinds of titles and achievement are important to a D. The dominant style personality. So that's fun to know as well. And a lot of that training you can get on our Mary Kay in Touch website. Okay, so it is 9:19 and I went over a little bit, but I hope that was fun for you guys and hope you have a great, powerful week digging into what your personality style is and what motivates you, because I would love to know as your director what really motivates you, because if we need to pad that savings account, if you need to go take the kids on that travel family Disney vacation for fun and pleasure, if you want to break a record in the company, and anything that you want to do with the business or with your, whatever motivates you, you can do with your Mary Kay business. And it can be enjoyable and fun and exciting, but also safe. Also safe, and can build that financial security for your future as well. So, I love you guys. This is Christina Collett from Lidditz, Pennsylvania, Senior Sales Director, signing off, and make it a powerful, powerful week. Thanks for joining us.